Good evening. The time now is showing 8:01 p.m. Sunday evening. I'd like to thank everyone for taking the time out of their busy schedule to take a listen to, in my estimation, the most powerful business opportunity that there is on the planet Earth today. And before you see a quote from our president, Mr. Justin Davis. It says, "Everything we do is to provide more strength, integrity, and security for people looking for a better way to live. We just happen to sell the most valuable product on the planet, gold and silver and graded coins." Tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Arthur Berry. I currently reside in Frisco, Texas, which is about 30 minutes north of Dallas, Fort Worth. I spent almost 10 years in the military. Got out in the year 2000, was working for one of the largest defense contractors in the United States until God determined it was time for me to leave and do preservation of wealth full time. And that's where I currently find myself. I'm a husband, I'm a Christian, I'm a father of four, also a one-star executive in this powerful company. And so a lot of time when people take a look at businesses of this kind, they each have their why. And so I want to go through a few whys of why people take a look at our business model. Because deep down inside, so many of us know that there is a better way. We feel it. We know that there's something wrong. We are tired of being addicted to powerlessness. We want to have the ability to eat lunch when we want to eat lunch, to take the sick days that we want to take the sick days. We want to control our time and also have the money to facilitate our lifestyles. Because corporate America is not here for our benefits. Corporate America is strictly for the stockholders of those large corporations. Okay, and that's why we see layoffs, rifts happening at a faster rate nowadays. And the unfortunate factor in that is most of those are middle wage job or middle lifestyle jobs, and they're not coming back. Because the dollar has lost over 96.4% of its purchasing power since the inception of the Federal Reserve System in 1913. All that means is inflation has robbed you of the purchasing power. My wife and I were discussing this a while ago. In the early 90s, she was making about $10 an hour. As a single individual, she had the ability to purchase a new car, pay for her rent, get the food, all her utilities, and still have an approximately $500 left over on a monthly basis. That purchasing power is no more because the world economies are collapsing right before our eyes. Because each one of these economies are printing money on a faster and faster rate. That weight of the money printing will collapse in on itself, and we will go through an economic or a monetary crisis. But ultimately, because so many of us have been praying for a change, praying for an opportunity, praying for something that would allow us to, again, take control of our time and have the money or the resources that we need to maintain our lifestyle. And in my personal estimation, that right there is what we call freedom. This right here is my why. This right here represents $17.3 trillion in debt stacked up in $100 bills. And yes, that is the Statue of Liberty with the flame down, looking sad. These are $100 bills. This represents the United States of America in its debt right now. Understand this. There is not that much money on the planet Earth right now. Our monetary system is technically electronic. And so that's why we can have $17.3 trillion in debt. That right there is my why. And this is a few things that the experts are saying. The top individual, Mr. Michael Maloney, he's a precious metal and a monetary historian, okay? And that second to the last line, it says, when paper money becomes too abundant, as depicted in the slide previously, and thus loses value, man always turns back to the precious metals. The value of gold and silver increased exponentially. Okay, and then the bottom gentleman, Mr. Robert Kiyosaki, he states that the greatest transfer of wealth is coming soon, and gold and silver will be a major part of this wealth transfer. Also, one of the sayings that Mr. Michael Maloney says that has endeared to me, he says, in every crisis, there's a great opportunity. And my friends, we're going to experience in our lifetime, Lord say the same, a monetary crisis. But those of you on the call tonight who have positioned yourself, who've taken the time to prepare for it, you will be one of the wealthiest people in the new monetary system, only because you've learned and you've prepared yourself. And so who are we? We are Preservation of Wealth. We're not a fly-by-night company. We started back in 2009. July 1st was our actual 5th birthday, 5th anniversary. We're headquartered in Dallas, Texas. We are a debt-free company with over $400 million in revenue at the close of 2013. That bottom bullet, that last bullet, is the bullet that's most near and dear to me and my heart, because we have the most lucrative compensation plan in all of the MLM industry. And so who we are, we're nothing more than a Preservation of Wealth is an exclusive only club for individuals who desire to protect their assets. Our core products are precious metal, gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. Okay, this is what we do. At Preservation of Wealth, we are the first and only at-cost pricing for precious metals. We're the only one you can go to who get precious metals, bullion, at cost. And also, we offer bullion absolutely with no markup and numismatic coins, which is the lifeline of our business model, at extremely competitive prices. And so what is our core product? Our core products are numismatic coins. These are collectible, perfectly graded coins. These coins have never been touched by hand. We collect them on a monthly basis. These coins are graded from a scale of 1 to 70. Number 69 and below, we do not collect on a monthly basis. You have the option to buy them, but on a monthly basis, we collect the rare premium coins. And then we have at-cost bullion, meaning what the company pays for the bullion is what we pay for the bullion. Okay? And that is unheard of in our industry. And so how do we make money? How do we generate wealth? We get paid in 3 different fashions. The first way that we get paid is with our direct and indirect referral commissions. And so how does that work? When you introduce people to our opportunity, you position yourself to earn $100 per individual who comes online and be a partner within Preservation of Wealth. But as those individuals do the same thing, introduce 2 people, you now have made $50 per individual. Okay? But more importantly, that puts you at that consultant position, which is our first corporately earned position, where you have the advantage of buying bullion at cost. So I ask you, if you personally have done $200 worth of work and you received a check for $400, would you cash that check? I'm sure you would. That right there is nothing more than leverage income, getting paid off of the efforts of other individuals. This right here illustrates the simple business model that we have, okay? As you introduce 2 people in your first week, first month, whatever time frame, you do nothing more but introduce 2 people and help them introduce 2 people, so forth and so on, down through month 12. You now have over 8,000 people leveraged into your wealth principle, leveraged income. You now have generated over 819,000 BV. I'll explain that a little bit later. But now, 600 BV on the left, or rather 300 BV plus 300 BV, you divide that by the 819,000, you've now generated 1,365 cycles. And I'll explain what a cycle is a little bit later. But more importantly, you now have positioned yourself to generate $136,000 on a monthly basis. If you get it 50% right, 50% wrong, optimist, pessimist, whatever you are, and you made an additional $68,000, would that be okay for you? If you got it 90% wrong, you were the worst rep in preservation of wealth, and you made an additional $13,000 for the year, would that be okay? I suffice to say it would. But understand this, numbers are perfect, people are not. Because my mentor, he's personally sponsored over 70 people. The wife and I personally sponsored upwards to 30 people. So what if you sponsored 5 and 5 and everybody did the same thing that you did? If the numbers on the left go up, the numbers on the right must go up. And so here it is. Our residual component of our hybrid binary compensation plan is this. When you personally sponsored 2 people, like we illustrated earlier, you're now a consultant. And as those 2 individuals, or your left team and your right team, as we call it, start to generate BV or business volume, I personally call them points, 300 on the left, 300 on the right, you now receive a $100 commission bonus, okay? And every sales associate package will generate 50 BV or points into the example shown above. Every premium package sold will generate 150 BV into the example shown above. And so that also travels infinitely deep. This right here is just an illustration of how our hybrid binary compensation plan is laid out. I feel it's disingenuous when people who create network marketing companies know the fact that the average individual can only recruit 2.5 individuals in the lifetime of their network marketing company. I find it disingenuous that a company will make the plan such where you had to recruit 10, 15, 20 people and make it wide and drive it deep to earn any type of sizable income, but not with preservation of wealth, not with Mr. Justin Davis, who is our CEO and founder. And so here it is. What do? We collect assets on our optionship program. And this gets into the passive residual income, okay? I put it like this. Every time we give preservation of wealth money, we get an asset back through our optionship program. The coin's prices are dependent more on the rarity and the condition and dates and the mint marks than on their gold or silver content, because we are collecting assets. And so every numismatic coin that you purchase will generate 50 BV into the organization. You can purchase 1 coin for $99, 2 coins for $97, 3 or more for $95 per. But remember, each of those coins will generate 50 points into the organization. And any additional coins above and beyond the first coin will be placed, the points will be placed in your weaker leg. So you are essentially being paid on purchases that you make through preservation of wealth. And we have the ability to buy with confidence because we have what we call our optionship 4-year buyback guarantee. And all that means is when you buy through preservation of wealth on optionship, 4 years removed, you can sell that coin back to Preservation of Wealth for the full purchasing price. Many of us won't do that because we understand the value of these coins will be far greater in the future, 4 years from now, than they are right now. And so many of us are collecting these coins for our children. They're collecting them for our grandchildren. We're not purchasing these coins to be sold today, tomorrow, next week, next month, or next year. These purchases are for future generations. And this is just to show you what's the payout of building a team. When you allow us to help you build a team, us as the leaders, the individuals who shared Preservation of Wealth with you, when you build your left team and your right team to 25 per, 25 on the left, 25 on the right, you now have, and they're each buying a coin, you now have generated 50 cycles. Remember, I said a cycle is $100. So your yearly payout would be $5,000. Drop down to 200. If you built a team, you allow us to help you build a team of 400 reps, 200 on the left, 200 on the right, you now have a yearly payout of $40,000 for the year. Understand this. This is residual income at its finest, because people in your organization, they may or may not know you. They may or may not care about you. Okay, but understand this. They're caring for their generations to come. And so they're buying these coins, these assets, and the asset will go to their mailbox, but a check comes to yours. Grasp that concept of leveraged income, where people doing things to benefit themselves, but because you have positioned yourself and you've learned and you've been taught, you now will receive a paycheck month after month, year after year from Preservation of Wealth. Okay? This is just an optionship program layout because the majority of us endeavor to get to that last bullet of 6,000 on the left and 6,000 on the right. And we realize that will be a $100,000 per month payout. Has anybody gotten there as of yet? No. Will you be the first? That's the question that only you can answer. And so what we do is we tell people that all we want you to do is come on board, learn our system, learn how we make money, learn how we share the opportunity, but more importantly, purchase a minimum of 1 coin a month. There are no limitations on how many you can purchase, but we say purchase 1 coin a month because remember, you have that guaranteed buyback opportunity. And so this just depicts the value of these coins throughout the ages. 1986 was the first year that the Silver Eagle was coined. And so you see the value of that coin is $700. 1999 Y2K, the value of that coin, if you have one of those, would be $29,000. And you look at the year 2013, just last year, you see the coin is holding its value very, very well. And that just depicts, that's just a depiction of the value of the coin. And so as you continue to matriculate through our compensation plan, you have the ability to generate what we call our first level matching bonus. And how does that work? All it is as you build your team, you begin to cycle when you have 300 on the left, 300 on the right. But those who you've personally sponsored and shared this opportunity with, they want to cycle also. And so as they cycle and make 1,000, 200, 100, whatever they make, you will receive a 10% matching bonus. In the illustration we have before you, that right there is a $390 bonus, 10% matching bonus before you get up out of bed. That first level matching bonus is available to those who reach the rank of consultant all the way up to the executive rank. But once you reach the one-star executive and up, you now have the ability to take advantage of our second level of matching bonus. All that means is not only the people that you personally sponsored, but those who they personally sponsored. And that right there, my friend, is what we call retirement income. Because before you get up out of bed, if you have a check every week for $1,200, before you did anything, could that change your life? Again, I surmise that it would. 10% matching bonus from the first and second level are for the one-star executive and up through our marketing plan. And so here it is. At the consultant level, all you have to do is introduce two people, left and right, one left, one right. You have that 10% matching bonus. At this position, you can start to purchase bullion at cost. At the first corporately earned position, when you've introduced one on the left and one on the right, from this point forward in your preservation of wealth business, you now can purchase bullion at cost. But more importantly, you have the ability to cycle 25 times per week. That's 300 on the left, 300 on the right, 25 times in a week. You now have a yearly cap of $130,000 in residual income. You do the same thing and introduce two on the left, two on the right. You now have the ability to cycle 50 times. At the executive position, this is the position where most leaders emerge, because they not only have introduced three on the left, three on the right, they've learned and they've built an organization, and now they have the ability to cycle 100 times per week. At the one-star position, you've personally introduced 6 left, 6 right, but now you have trained someone or helped someone obtain the rank of executive. And that's why in our business model, we don't want to personally recruit somebody. Because when I recruit you, I just get you in the business and I send you on your way and say, good luck. We want to sponsor someone. We want to be there in their life. We want to help them obtain as fast as possible the executive position. Okay, Zig Ziglar says it best. If you help enough people get what they want, you will have everything that you want. And so that's why we want to stick around with you and teach you our system and help you obtain the position of executive as quickly as possible, because it helps you, it helps your team, it helps you to believe, and it helps us also. It helps us to reach the positions that we want to reach. And so at the 2-star position, you now have the ability to partake of the $1,000 car bonus, which is paid out in a weekly fashion. Then you have your 3, 4, and 5-star positions. Understand this. We are a 5-year-old company, over $400 million in revenue at the close of last year, and there are only 3 5-star executives in all of preservation of wealth. 1, 2, 3. The second person to hit the 5-star position hit it last October, November time frame. He is the associate of the year. But the beautiful thing with Mr. Tony Herbert hitting that position, the other 2 5-stars are in his organization. And so he is helping them achieve whatever level of success they desire. And so we have 2 investment options in our opportunity. The first is what we call our 149 Sales Associate Package. You get 1 graded coin. You get access to our option ship program. You have the POW back office system and dashboard. That's our website. Access to POW support for 1 year. And you have the ability to build an organization where you too can earn commissions by sharing our program with others. But most of the leaders come in at the $3.99 position for several reasons. One reason is you get 2 premium graded coins, not 1 but 2. You have the ability to have legal services, a legal club right there at your beck and to review, help you out, review documents, help you write documents. You have LifeLock. With that LifeLock, that'll help protect your identity. And then you have all of the aforementioned items from the sales associate package. But the beautiful thing about our opportunity, there are no yearly renewal fees. As long as you're buying one of our premium graded numismatic collectible coins, you are part of the Preservation of Wealth family for life. Again, you are part of the Preservation of Wealth family for life as long as you purchase one of our numismatic collectible coins. And again, remember I said, when we give Preservation of Wealth money, we get a tangible, appreciating asset back. And that's all we do. We teach people how to change a depreciating asset, currency or the dollar, for an asset that will appreciate. And so what we tell people is, you get the numismatic coins for your children, for your generations to come, and you position yourself at the consultant level and above, generate residual income, and buy bullion, and that is for you. Remember, Robert Kiyosaki says gold and silver will play a huge part in the largest shift of wealth in the history of mankind. Mr. Michael Maloney, he says the further you look in the past, the further you can see in the future. And so we have what we call our Executive Fast Start bonus. This is why we want to help people as quickly as possible come on board and be successful in our opportunity. Because when you become an executive in the first 30 days, you will earn an additional bonus of $500. Now, your income could be as low as $590 for that 30 days, or it could be as high as $1,100, $1,200. I personally have some individuals on my team in the New Jersey area. They've been in Preservation of Wealth 8 days. I haven't calculated, but my last calculation was their first check will exceed $2,000. Now, if you're like me, competitive, a competitor, I want to beat that record. And guess what? I want to coach the individual who wants to beat that record. I want to help you beat that record, because that's what we do in Preservation of Wealth. We help those achieve their goals and achieve their dreams. And so if you're taking a look at this opportunity for the first time, I ask you, are you ready to protect your future and join us? And as you do, as you make the assessment for your personal opportunity, for you where you currently are, if you say that this opportunity is good, but it's not necessarily for you at this moment in time, then the individual who invited you on a call, text them or call them tonight and let them know you're a 1, 2, or 3. It's not for me right now. I have this going on. I have that going on. If you're that type of person, text them, call them, and let them know. But ultimately, I say, buy yourself some gold and silver bullion, buy yourself some collectible coins, and also the 1, 2, or 3 people you were thinking about as I presented to you this evening, refer them to that individual who invited you on a call tonight. Help them build their business. Be a friend and help them, because it will come back to you tenfold. If you are a person who have questions, you're considered a 4 through 7, allow us to answer your questions. Not everything that's on the internet is true. Remember the commercial? He's a French a model, bonjour, and he looked like he just came off the street. She met him on the internet. So allow us to appropriately answer your questions. No question is a silly or a stupid question, but I have to admit here lately, they've come pretty close. But if you have questions, again, text or call your individual. Tell them you're 4 through 7. Most individuals in this business have my number. My name is Arthur Berry. I can answer your questions. And if you're like myself, you're 8, 9, or 10, you're ready to get started, just hearing this opportunity, great. Text them, call them tonight. Let's get you started. Let's get you to that executive position by the end of this week, before the month of July runs out. Let us help you obtain that executive position. The caveat to that is, or the warning to that is, you have to be coachable. The things that you've learned on the job, the things that you've done on the job may not most of the time apply to our business model. And so if you're 8, 9, or 10, text them, let them know, and let us help build your business. Again, my name is Arthur Berry. I'm a 1-star in preservation of wealth. And as I sign off, I say be blessed. Thank you.
Side of the ball, wide receiver Jordan.